Okay, Lovable is complimenting me, so it's telling me how awesome I am. Especially this one,
Exactly.
right? Like this takes up an entire screen, and I'm just looking at a picture of a camera. Like it doesn't do anything for me. Warning: the following contains footage of what happens when two untrained professionals click buttons with zero training. We have no idea what we're doing. I'm a product manager who likes to design things,
And I'm an engineer who likes to try new toys.
and we're going to try to learn AI together. Today, we're going to do an experiment where we pit one AI app builder against another, and we'll score it across a couple simple categories. I think one would be just speed to the first iteration. Another one would be maybe just how well the initial prototype works. What's the third one, do you think, that we can score it against?
I think maybe if it stands out, if it's like really unique or memorable, because it could be one thing to look really cool and be fully functioning, but I think is it something that's very unique? Does it have a unique name? Does it have a unique theme to it that makes you kind of remember it and it stands out across the different apps?
Okay, so those three things. One is speed. Another one is the not quality, but just like how good is the prototype working. And the third one, I think, you're just saying like memorability, wow factor. Like, is it something that I think is interesting, or is it just kind of like a clone of something that's not really that interesting? So that seems pretty good. So what we started with here is just getting Claude to help us write some initial product requirements. The idea here is to build an architecture-focused website that's like All Trails. All Trails lets you kind of like explore different things in nature and walking. I wanted to build something with architecture, so we wanted to just try something different and ask Claude to come up with some requirements and then throw that into each of the tools as a starting point. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this, and then we're going to paste it in Bolt, and we're going to paste it in Lovable. And what we're going to do is that we're going to click go and then click start. So 1, 2, start the timer.
And we're off.
Now, if Lovable finishes 2 seconds later, I think that's fine because I was a bit late on clicking Lovable, but let's just see how it does. There's Bolt. Bolt has the thinking part really well done. So they've already created a name. I'll create ArchWalks. That's really cool. Core features, design elements. They already proposed design elements, which is really cool.
Now it's starting to write some code. What about Lovable? What's Lovable
What's
doing?
Lovable doing? Okay, Lovable is complimenting me. So it's telling me how awesome I am. Thank you. It's telling me how it's drawing inspiration from Google Arts and Culture. I don't know. I've never seen that. Arch Daily I've seen, but okay, that's fair. Modern landing page. Actually, let's compare their like core features because I gave it the features. I don't know what if it's gonna come up with its own stuff or not. No, it looks basically the same. Oh, design approach is different. So Bolt is telling me it's architectural blues and grays and oh, I just heard something. Did you hear that?
I did not.
Oh, interesting. Oh, I heard like a little beep and it looks like it's done. 1 minute 40 seconds.
Wow.
Very,
Well,
very fast
is
Lovable.
first contender, and Bolt's still turning away.
Bolt is still doing something. So Lovable, you already win the speed category. Um,
Yep.
I don't know whether to let Bolt catch up. I feel like we're just gonna let Bolt cook. I don't know how long you're gonna take. It could be 5 minutes, it could be 20 minutes, and I don't want to just sit here waiting. So let's talk about Archwalk. Pretty cool name. What were we saying? The quality of the prototype. So why don't you walk us through where do you want me to click? What do you want me to try in Lovable?
I guess we could just scan the page and see how it is like overall. So really big image at the very top. I have no idea what this is. Maybe it's like a featured walk, the Guggenheim Museum, more like a location. Not really sure what the 2,800 spots. Is that like a route that contains 2,800 spots? It's so this part, the at least the design is a little confusing to me. I'm not really sure. Is it just pointing to a museum? I guess it's Yeah, I don't know. It seems like it's more like focus on the point of interest rather than routes for the ArchWalk. And then can we scroll down a little bit? Featured architecture. Okay. I mean, if we're just focusing on a point of interest, I can see this being a little bit more relevant in terms of like the bigger image at the very top, but I'm still not convinced like if that's like a featured icon or what. Because just looking at these below, we can see a lot of different point of interest as well. And then let's scroll down a little bit and see what else they added. Yeah, it's like no stock images, which I wish it did have. It talks about how this works, which we discover and explore different architecture and their significant history and architecture. Then you can create trails, okay, and share and review. And is that it for the page, or is there more? Okay, that's about it. So
I think the spots thing is their
yeah,
like unit of popularity. Like maybe that's what it means is like this was brought up or this was included in 2,800 spots or like people tagged it 2,800 times or something. So yeah, maybe it is like calling out like the popularity of like remember like Yelp or what was it? Oh my gosh, I forgot what it's called. Foursquare used to do like check-ins or something to show you how popular a place was.
yeah. I guess that it's just a little bit confusing for me. Like, if I'm looking for, an architecture walk, I do think having point of interest makes sense, but going on this page, it doesn't tell me immediately what like 2,800 spots mean. Like if
True.
it said like uh, you know, included in 2,800 routes that were being made, and this was one of the top spots that were included. I think it would make a lot of sense. So the selling part of this homepage doesn't really make a ton of sense to me.
You know what I also wish they did was to put in some images. Like if we're grading it on like the quality of the prototype, it's not hitting it for me to have all these like thumbnail images be empty and placeholders. Especially this one,
Exactly.
right? Like this takes up an entire screen, and I'm just looking at a picture of a camera. Like it doesn't do anything for me.
That's not a
Like
great place.
it's not a it's not the proto. Well, see now I'm torn. Like is this the fact that it's a bad prototype, or is this the fact that it doesn't have the wow factor? I don't know. I might decide.
Well, I think once Bolt
Whoa,
finishes, we
look,
can compare.
look at this. Bolt called it exactly the same thing as Lovable. Oh my goodness.
We minimize the side chat. Is that possible?
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Okay,
So
Bolt.
this is like you can already tell Bolt already has stock images, which tells me like I feel like it's essential to have stock images, especially even more relevant ones, especially because other tools have this feature, right? So the fact that Lovable didn't do that by default kind of dings it in my um, opinion. But yeah, let's walk through
Okay,
Bolt and
but
see.
let's make it very very clear. In terms of speed, Lovable clearly won. It finished at around 2 minutes, and Bolt didn't have anything until like the 6 minute plus mark. So that's 1 point for Lovable. Let's move on. Um, so ArchWalks, the greatest competitor name in the world, join thousands of architecture enthusiasts. Search for spots. Start exploring. View map. Okay. Actually, why don't you take us through since you did a good walkthrough of the Lovable version?
Sure. Yeah, like I feel like these icons make so much more sense to me. 2,500 architecture spots. They obviously this website has a ton of spots you can look through. 450 walking trails. This is the stuff that I was looking for, is the walking trails. Like how many trails are there, and how can we, look at other people's curated list. So, compared to the Arch Walk from Lovable, on the right, it wasn't really easy to tell what kind of website this is. But from Bolt's website, I can tell really easily is it's building off of the spots, and people have curated walking trails and how many members are contributing to this website and how many reviews. So it's pretty clear cut in what this website is about.
Okay, let's scroll
And then,
down some more and see what else we got.
yeah. Okay, so it's like selling more information. which is typical. I think this is a lot cleaner than what we had in Lovable, but it seems to be all the same thing, which is find stuff, create stuff, and share it. Then we have featured architecture.
Okay, here we go.
Can
Raw.
you scroll down to the Lovables version too to do a
Oh, you want to do
comparison?
that? You want to do it like that? You already know what Lovable did, but
Right.
you're like, nope,
So
I want to see it
it's
again. Shame on
side by
you.
side.
Shame on
This is already one has way more features. It's got like a little heart thing similar to like an Airbnb style for each of the point of interest. Has very clean view details link at the very bottom right, so you know like you click on it to see more details. And then just like the description in these cards as well, you can see that there's way more information that you can just skim versus like, the one on Lovables. It's just like, here's the name of the place, not really give you any sense of like what this building is. Yeah, like you can't really read all of it, but it gives you enough interest where you're like, maybe I do want to read all of that, and you hit view details. Versus like if I look at Lovables, Chrysler Building, okay, I don't really know much about it. What's so special about this? And then it adds a little bit more cognitive load because you have to click on each one of those. Versus the one from Bolt kind of gives you a little teaser, and also images, which I feel like is very, I don't know, even as a prototype, makes it a lot more fun and appealing to look at versus like the placeholders on the right.
I agree with everything you said, but while you were talking, I noticed something really, really weird, and I want to know
Ooh,
why. The number
okay.
of reviews on both Lovable and Bolt are exactly the same.
They're all trained on the same
But
data.
how is that possible that it's 1247892 and then let me see, 634? Chances of us being 634? Oh, dang it. Okay, just the first two. but still, I was just like, why is it the same number? And even like its base, like they both pulled up Chrysler Building and Guggenheim Museum as the first two, right?
They might even be using the same AI underneath.
So this is just the same model
Yeah.
in different
But you could
places.
tell, like, even with the same AI, the wrapper part makes a huge difference from the left side bolt and the right side lovable.
That's true. Okay, so let's dig deeper. So now we have like a good overview of the landing page. Should we click into each thing and see how it handles? Should we do like the create trail option? Actually,
Yeah, it
how do I do that
doesn't
here?
like it's gonna be 1 to 1. So I say if we're gonna grade like much how much stuff actually works, maybe we'll just do it per like site cases. So in here we can create trails apparently from Bolt, but not sure about Lovable. So we can probably just click around a bunch of things and see how much stuff actually works, and then compare that to like the other website as well.
Okay, let's do start exploring. I feel like both places have start exploring. Let's see how it handles that. Oh, nope, I guess not. It's not working.
Lovable
Never
finished
mind.
fast. Also didn't write the other stuff.
Oh, I wonder.
Um,
I wonder if it actually works. If anything actually works in Lovable.
just click everything. Does that work?
Nope.
Dang.
Okay.
Well, is just the front. Nothing actually. Not even those links.
Nope. Why am I
Oh.
clicking everything?
Oh.
Okay, so let's take a step back. Lovable was fast to create an initial prototype, which, to be fair, was good enough for us to start like picking at and like identifying what we wanted differently. Bolt took a little bit more time, added some functionality, added some pictures. Let's see if it even went this far. Yep, it added all these pages. I don't think that's necessarily a thing about Bolt being better than Lovable. I feel like maybe Lovable wants you to like see something earlier instead of Bolt wanting to build you something even more complete. And now I think I broke Bolt. So
How do we get back? Maybe that didn't work.
coming soon.
Coming?
Yes, that's what I would do too. It's a good way to
Okay.
shortcut your way. Create
Create
trail
trail.
coming soon. Okay. So basically they just built the landing page and that's it.
Yes.
They also just built
Yeah.
the landing page.
This is also coming soon.
Okay, so they actually didn't build anything. So forget my whole thing. Okay, in that case, I give the point to Bolt because as a prototype, it's definitely a lot better and gives us more to chew on. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the extra time that Bolt took was definitely worth it. It like in terms of the looks, it looks a lot better. In terms of like the experience, I think it's a lot better. And like, just the different buttons and the links at the very top, create a trail is very forward in that you can create a bunch of trails or see other people's trails. With like the hero search, where you can search, spots, trails, or specific architecture. With Lovable, however, it's very basic. I think it's too basic. It means you have to work on this homepage a little bit more and refine it a bit more. But with Bolt, I feel like it's kind of already built for you, and you don't really have to work it that much. I would say like with Bolt, I feel like I'm further ahead, and all I had to do was wait, 4 more minutes or so.
Okay, let's rank it or score it now by the wow factor or the memorability between Bolt and Lovable. Which one do you think gets the point for that?
Definitely Bolt.
Definitely Bolt. Give me
Yeah.
like some like points, like why Bolt?
Yeah, so the hero page, discover the world's greatest architecture. Join thousands of architecture enthusiasts exploring iconic buildings and blah blah blah. And like their search is amazing. And you don't even have to search. You can click on view map or start exploring. I feel like I'm just ready to roll. Like it's just even for this like giant hero part, it already has sold me. Now if I look at Lovable, I'm like discover architecture around you, explore remarkable buildings, create walking trails. It's like it's basically the same thing as Bolt, but the organization's kind of funky. Like there's like start exploring or browse gallery, but gallery kind of looks like an image gallery because um the camera icon, and then you can search, which is the same functionality really if we boil it down with Bolt. But the way that Bolt really organize it is really cool. It's like selling you this giant thing and it has a background image and it's got this giant search bar right in the middle. And if you don't want to do that, then you have these buttons, which I feel like is the best organization in my opinion. And then like just even seeing the point of interest below this page, um, um, is just like a big difference to me in terms of like, wow. The organization here too, it's like view all of these architecture or look at these individual cards, and these individual cards are a lot more well organized. And I love the summary, or not really the summary, but a little description teaser on each of these, which is really lacking in the Lovable version, which is really basic. Like it's as basic as it can be. Building name, the year, and like the location and the review. But the Bolt version has a lot more information that kind of, gives you a lot more to work with.
Okay, just to summarize, speed, Lovable one by
Yep.
a clear margin. Quality of prototype, I think Bolt's one, but in my mind, like they barely edged it out. Like functionality, they have just a little bit more. But then memorability, I think I agree with you. Like from the first version of this, it looks a lot better. It looks a lot more exciting, and it looks something that I would actually try to use and like iterate on. Versus Lovable, I feel like I'm probably like 2 or 3 steps away. Like even just to look at this exact same feature, I'd have to prompt it to add a picture. I'd have to prompt it to have some sort of like favorite feature. I'd even like prompt it to like organize information differently. And so like it's just a lot of like it doesn't start at the same spot that Bolt did, which I think makes Bolt the clear winner on that category.
Yeah, agreed. I just feel a lot further ahead with Bolt for sure.
All right. So for this versus, Bolt is the winner. Congrats, Bolt. We'll have to
Yay.
try this again with other different use cases next time.
We're just a PM and an engineer trying to figure out AI. If you're on the same path, subscribe and learn with us.